Of course, when it comes to the youngsters, I always say that there are only three categories of people: very young, and not so young like me. Now, when I speak to the very young category of youngsters, I always say you are very, very lucky, because you have seen our life. For instance, I have lived for the last 64 years. If you really look at the life of someone like me, how we have spent our years over the, over a period of time, and what were our experiences, it used to be struggle always, and that was true of the independent India also. As I always say, India initially struggled for independence. The first, even if you just take the last 100 years, and then we struggled to make both the ends meet, like all our families and people like us, ordinary people like us, and it was a struggle for survival. And today what we see as India is championing many causes, as we are part of this G20 presidency or leadership. What we are doing now, the struggle for independence was over thanks to our grandparents and all those who have sacrificed their, all that they had, including their lives. From there, so the next struggle of survival, today India is struggling for the global dominance, in fact. Now, this is a great journey, and our youngsters need not worry about all these things now. You have an environment, an ecosystem, wherein when we say India, nobody will, when you go out of India, nobody will ask you, where is that country? Or, oh, you Indians, kind of a thing. The begging bowl image of India is over. It is a thing of the past. What is happening now? Now you will find that India has already become one of the top 5 strongest economies in the world. And what is happening in Germany now, they are getting into a recession, and what is happening in Japan, the problems there. And as a result of that, obviously, in a very short span of time, India is going to be the 3rd largest economy in the whole world. Yes, the elephant has not only got up, it has started running and is giving a run for the money for both eagle and the dragon. That's the reality. Now, in such an environment, what would be my advice to an youngster? Look, my dear friend, don't complain about the condition in which you are living. You are lucky that you are living during these exciting times. Point number 1. Point number 2, even if there is a problem in the conditions in which you are living, try to change to the extent possible, and if it is not possible, just accept it, because your success is not just dependent on the environment in which you are living. The conditions could be excellent, but if you don't have the capacity, you will not be positioned to succeed. So what should you do? How do you build capacity within yourself? How do you build ability in yourself? Ability involves everything. Your knowledge, the information that you are trying to keep in touch with, the kind of skills that you need have, everything. Now try to understand that you have many choices today, and unless you make the right choice at the right time, you will regret at a later stage. So the first thing, whatever is your dream, number 1, dream big. Number 2, try to ensure that you don't just dream, try to implement it. It is said that success calls for 3 I's. One is, the first I is an idea. You need to have ideas. Ideas are like dreams. Okay, but if you just sleep with it, during night as you sleep, you get the dreams and then you don't do anything, nothing will be in a position to achieve. So dreams must be followed by implementation. Well, sometimes it so happens that with all sincerity you implement, but you don't taste success, because what is important is, as much as the idea is important, as much as your implementation is important, impact is also important. You may start a business, and you may have a roaring business, but it doesn't mean that your bottom line would be green. Top line may be green, but the bottom line may not be green. And therefore, it is essential to ensure that all the three I's you look at your ideas that you have, you relook at the idea, which one you are going to take it forward, give your 100% to ensure that the idea is implemented well, and try to evaluate the impact that you had, and if you had a profound impact, there is no doubt that you will be very, very successful. So for that, you need improve your ability or capacity. First I said condition, that's great. The second I am telling, improve your capacity, because you are living in a very, very competitive world. Okay. Then third, which one most of the people ignore. Now again I am coming to three C's. The first one is the condition, second one is the capacity, the third C is the character. What happens when you taste success, your behavioral patterns without your knowledge changes, and it changes to such an extent that you only become your enemy. You are not in a position to control the person inside you, and when that happens, when you may have the ability, but if you compromise on character, your credibility you will lose. Ability plus credibility, I always say, is an asset. Ability minus credibility, you will be a liability. Nobody would like to look at you, and therefore conditions may be great, you may have great capacity, you may be the best in that field, but then if by character, if you somewhere you slip, you would be lost. And when you look at the path trodden by you over the years, when you look back, you should feel proud of the path trodden, rather than you should regret about the steps that you have taken, the wrong step that you have taken, which lands you in trouble. So ensure, to the youngsters, to the very young, I only would like, my message would be, hey friends, you are living in the most exciting times. Try to ensure, don't complain about the conditions, it's great. Try to ensure that you build capacity, everything, your personality, the soft power, everything you try to improve upon. Try to be the best in your field, and as you start tasting success, ensure that you don't compromise, take care of your character, don't compromise on credibility. These three C's put together, I am sure you will enjoy your life anything. You would be happy, and you would be very, very successful, and you will feel proud of yourself, and you will make others feel proud of you.